Gen Z is entering the workforce with new perspectives and expectations.
In this podcast, we're here to listen to their stories and experiences, their successes and frustrations, and help employers understand the mindset and perspectives of the up-and-coming workforce.
Employers can't dictate what their young employees find meaningful. What they can do, however, is empower them to create their own sense of purpose and authentic connections.
Our curriculum is designed to help them do exactly that. East Valley Leader Lab is committed to paving the way for more curious, engaged, and connected young professionals in the workplace.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is Tim, and we are the East Valley Leader Lab, and this is our podcast, Mind and Body at Work. If our content resonates with you, we hope you'll click on the link in the show notes for a description of our newest offer, Helping Gen Z Thrive at Work. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel or to wherever you get your podcasts.
So hello, listeners and viewers. You already know that our first season was about well-being in the workplace. And we want to thank you, those of you who have been enjoying that first season. As we started to think about what we wanted to do in a second season, one of the things we noticed was that there were a lot of articles coming across about Gen Z entering the workforce. And we noticed that a lot of them had kind of a negative tone to them, right? A lot of them would share sort of overgeneralizing assessments of this is what Gen Z is like. Gen Z is not loyal to the workplace. Gen Z, you can't count on them to finish a job as examples. They're not willing to pay their dues, things like that.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Yeah, so we thought, wouldn't it be interesting to bring some of these young people in that are entering the workforce or attempting to enter the workforce and let them tell us, what that experience is like from their perspective. Exactly.
And a couple other things. We're also going to talk to some of the people that are responsible for hiring and managing, training these younger workers and seeing if they're noticing any difference from workers in the past. The point is to increase our understanding, and to do that, we need to hear all sides of the story, the newer workers and the people who are training them. We don't want to just amplify the Gen Z generalizations that we're reading about. In fact, we're not even totally comfortable using the term Gen Z.
That's right. I remember when we were just starting to talk about this as a potential topic, and we thought maybe we can talk about this and not use the term Gen Z.
Yeah.
And the concern is, there are these generalizations, and it sort of causes people to make immediate comparisons between, how this generation compares to millennials, how this generation compares to Gen X. And that's not really the point. That's not the intention here. So at the same time as we were working on it and coming up with questions for our guests and titles for the show, we realized it's a little bit difficult to never use the term Gen Z and to always say those young people who just started entering the workforce over the last couple of years.
Absolutely. And we do know that this generation is a little bit different from the last one. There are bound to be specific strengths, and there are bound to be specific challenges. For example, this cohort of workers is coming in with the highest native understanding of technological skills of any in history. They've been saturated in it since birth. And this is bound to have an impact and benefits. Organizations just need to figure out how to let these young folks use their skills to all of our advantage.
So with the caveat in mind about how we refer to these young folks, we are very excited to begin a new season learning more about what is going on for these young people just entering the workforce. Also, what challenges and solutions we can learn about from the organizations that are hiring them, managers, supervisors, and in general, creating a dialogue that we hope will help this generation thrive in the workplace. They make up, very soon they're going to make up a third or more of the overall workforce. So, it's not just for their benefit, it's for all of our benefit that they thrive.
Absolutely. So in season 2, you will occasionally hear us summarizing the population that we're interested in as Gen Z. But we will also be making an effort to spell out exactly who we are talking about some of the time too. And we're actually heartened that some of this season's guests have mentioned this same concern to us, and they don't want to get caught up in these generalizations either.
Exactly. So we hope you'll join us in this endeavor to better understand how our young folks just entering the workforce can truly thrive for their benefit and for ours. And we thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Be well and keep moving.
This has been Mind and Body at Work with the East Valley Leader Lab. Please click on the link in the show notes for a description of our newest offer, Helping Gen Z Thrive at Work. This is our embodiment training to help new young workers integrate into your organization.
As always, if this content resonates with you and your cares, please like, share, and/or subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever it is you get your podcast. Be well and keep moving.